Welcome to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. What a great show for you today. I know I say that each and every day. It's Friday, though. You know, we got some light content on the show. We've got some amazing people with some great topics, and really excited to introduce you to my next guest. Maybe she's a little shy, but we're going to bring her out of that shyness. I'm joined by Chantal Dupuis. She is a visual artist. Welcome to the show, Chantal. Great to have you here. We've been having a great conversation, so let's just continue this great conversation we've been having. What an incredible story. So I want you to tell everybody at home about when you began your artistic career.
I began in 2018, and after I got the diagnosis that I had cornea dystrophy in my eyes and was told I would potentially get blind before I get the surgery I needed to fix this. So yeah, I decided to start painting.
I mean, I'm just trying to wrap my head around. So if I had that diagnosis from my doctor, I'm not sure painting would have been the first thing. Like, why painting? Why? How did that come about?
Probably to try to internalize what I might not see.
Interesting. Yeah, I can understand that.
Sorry, that's a...
No, I understand. Yeah, it's emotional for sure.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
spending time,
right?
Yeah, the fear of losing. And I know you love nature, and I imagine that, you know, for yourself, losing your sight and being so impacted by nature. Tell me where your love of nature came from.
Yeah, forever. Yeah, I was spending a lot of time out at campgrounds and stuff as a kid, and like my grandmother would send me out when it was really, like we had tent trailer and it was pouring rain for a whole week, and she'd send me out with a perch and a string and to go fishing. And I'd come back because turtles would have bitten on my weight that she'd put at the end, you know, and I adopted the turtles and adopted the fish.
I love it.
Worms.
And you like to paint many species that are at risk as well. Obviously that came from your love of wildlife and nature.
Yes, and I'm a signature member of the Artist for Conservation Foundation, and a part of that is to obviously to help with education and conservation efforts and stuff.
Right.
And I donate a part of the proceeds I make from the sales of my paintings to that.
Yeah, and you've chosen Reptiles Rock.
Reptiles Rock.
Yeah, tell me about that. How did you find out about them? What was the connection there?
I supported Little Rays for a little bit of time, a couple of years. Like I try to change every year. Wild Bird Care Center was one. Yeah. And through a friend of ours, he said, well, you know, Reptiles Rock, and he was like, okay, so I looked them up, and sure enough, they're small, not for profit.
Right.
Tom and Jen are doing like amazing, they reach out to people to help them care for their own reptile, and they have adoption program or rehabilitation. Sorry for French.
No, that's okay. That's okay. You said it perfectly.
Yeah, they're very, and it costs.
Yeah, and you know, you see a lot of people that, you know, decide on something like a reptile, and then they, you know, they don't look after it well, or they want to suddenly give it up, like any animal, right? It happens too often, unfortunately. So it's great to have organizations like that. Well, let's look at some of these pieces, because I still can't believe you started in 12. You had no inkling that you would be this good?
No.
No, okay.
No.
So this one to me stood out right away when I walked into the room, because the way you've done the eyes and the mouth and teeth is incredible. What medium is this one here?
That's oils.
This is oil.
Yeah.
It's just like, how long does it take, Chantal, to do something like this?
It depends on the inspiration and how much focus I can put. Like there's. My husband keeps joking because he sometimes, like 6 hours later, he'll come and tell me I have to eat. You know, I get into this zone, this sort of bubble, and when I really get in there, it can come like 2 or 3 layers, and I'll be done. because everything really sort of fell into place. Some others I still have in there for a year and a half, and they probably will never get out of the studio. But yeah, it 2 to 3 sessions, 4 or 5, depends on. And on the size too, because
so how, I mean, you said, I mean, even some of these ones that you brought in, these aren't the largest ones that you've created, right?
No, I think my largest is 60, so
like 6 feet?
5 feet by 4 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's big enough, right? We're just, I don't. We're looking at the monitor here and just going through some of your other pieces. I mean, the work is just incredible. So, what mediums do you work in then?
Mostly oils, and so my very first love, like what really got me hooked, was watercolors.
Okay.
Like I started the path of everybody, which is YouTube sessions a la Bob Ross.
Yeah, of course.
And
love Bob Ross.
For 2 things. He got me hooked into painting, and he got me through insomnia. Because it was like really nice he has a really soft voice.
Does he ever? Yeah. And just a great person too,
And then I
right?
got going into, but watercolors were really what I started with. And then when COVID hit, and just like that focused time became more, then I picked up the oils. And
is one easier than the other, or I guess they're equally, it takes equal skill to do either one?
They're
just very different, right? I know my wife works in watercolors. She's never done oil, so I don't know myself.
They're very different. Like I'm trying to try this. Some of the basic color mixing theories probably are the same no matter what medium you pick up, but.
Well, let's talk about your show. Before we run out of time, Derek, I'm blabbering on here. Your show is called Bigger Than Nature Solo Art Show. Tell everybody at home where and when it's happening.
It is March 8th to April 2nd at Mifo. I forgot the name.
No, it's Eugene Rasset Art Gallery, right?
Yes. On Carrière Boulevard in Orleans. Yeah.
And you have a vernissage as part of that?
Big party.
Nice.
March 9th. And we will be doing this little watercolor with the turtles on the table.
One here?
Yeah, will be auctioned for Reptiles Rock.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. How many pieces do you figure you'll have in this show?
I wanted,
like dozens?
Oh yeah, 30 something.
Man, you are
30 something, and there's a mix mostly, but there's a lot of big pieces, so it takes a lot of space on the walls.
Of course.
But there's a lot of other little pieces we're going to stick in there.
What a pleasure having you on the show, Chantal. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. I mean, starting in 2018, I'm absolutely amazed. Again, that is happening at the Eugene Rasset Art Gallery, March 8th to April the 2nd. We'll be right back after this.